Night at Bishop's Lounge, because I'm very sad that this comedian right here is going to be leaving us. But here he is, ladies and gentlemen, for the remainder of our time tonight, please give it up to the man of the night, Mr. Jason Cook.
I'm not drunk, funny enough, or prepared enough for this amount of time.
Get the man a drink.
Shut up. Thanks, everybody, for involuntarily giving me some of your time. Thanksgiving happened. It was fun. Thanksgiving is time to spend with the ones you love. Fortunately, a lot of us have to spend time with our families. My family brings a homeless person to Thanksgiving for dinner, which is very nice. He only charges $5 and table scraps to do all our dishes. Visiting home, I found my dad's drug stash, his marijuana stash. Nice. It's very strange. I always thought he liked cocaine. He likes to talk a lot about his drug days. Oh, Jason, I used to smoke a ton of weed and run around. Dad, I was with you yesterday. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, though. Until recently when my dad said, he looked me right in the eye and he said, Jason, I wish you'd never been born. Got a lot more of this, people. My mom's an artist. You should see the way she finishes a bottle of wine. When things are tough, though, she's really the rock of our family. She sits around and does nothing all day. I think that joke will be in the Christmas cards. People say I got my sense of humor from my mom. Her idea of funny is putting a Star of David on top of the Christmas tree. When my parents had to tell my sister she was adopted, it was really tough for them to keep a straight face. When me and my sister were little, we're from a working class family, so we had to keep up appearances. And then when we were little, when we had to do chores, we'd have to dress up in uniforms and speak Spanish. My parents like to tell me a story of when we were little. I pushed my sister down the stairs. She's fine. But that story always stuck with me. And now I make sure to finish the job. Let's make sure I get the wording on this one right. They say a parent should never have to bury their child. And that's true. Cremation is a much better option. Doors are locked. You guys have to listen to this for way longer. My parents have always been there for me financially. Emotionally, not so much. My grandma died recently. Thank you. It's okay, though. It was her time to get hit by a train. There's a lot of crying at that funeral. 'Cause my uncle knows a lot of really funny jokes. Before she died, my grandma was from France. She made sure that me and my sister learned French when we were in high school. Let me tell you, it was worth it. Racial slurs sound awesome in French. You can't call yourself a comedian until you've written at least one draft of your suicide note. Used to be depressed in high school, to go to a psychiatrist. I would say anything to get out of there. No, I never think about hurting myself. Yes, I'll pull my pants down. I used to be depressed, but I showed everybody. Now I'm just on Zoloft. I'm from a small town, a very white town. We were so white I didn't even know what racism was. There were no black people, didn't even occur to me. I'm a quick learner though. When you're from a small town, you have to make your own fun when you're little. Used to play a game called Ghost in the Graveyard. Anybody heard of that game? If you don't know what that is, it's when you and your friends go to a graveyard and knock over headstones. It's not really what the game is. I never got caught up in drugs, though, being from a small town. A lot of my friends did. I'm a late bloomer. I really like girls with glasses. It's pretty awesome. The police sketches are rarely accurate. Got some characters I want to do before my time runs out.
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
You know. This first character is a guy who's on trial, and it's not going well, and he's narrating it. Here we go. Your Honor, I think the night of the 12th, I was at my house. Wait a second. I was at the movie. Hold on. Lady with the typewriter, don't type that. Can I start over? This is going in. This next character is a depressed banker. I'm such a loner. You clapped for that shitty pun. Get ready. This next character is a sassy genie. Oh, you wish. I originally had that as a gay genie, but I don't judge. This next one's a single dad who's also a golem. Statue of living rock. Son, you've got a real chip on your shoulder. Groaning is the appropriate response. By the time I was in the 8th grade, I hadn't been on a date yet. So I walked up to the prettiest girl in school, right up to her, and I said, "You're a cunt." I preach safety first when it comes to dating, relationships, and sex life. That's why I always grind up a morning after pill when I roofie someone. Speaking of roofies, here's a funny trick. Offer to buy a girl a drink, grind up an aspirin, and visibly sprinkle it in her drink, give it to her, and then talk in slow motion. One roofie joke didn't work. Got him. My sense of humor is my weapon of choice when it comes to women. That or my claw hammer. One person. If the children are our future, I have a ton of the future in the walls of my apartment covered in lye. I believe in the sanctity of marriage. As long as sanctity means pointlessness.
Yes.
Some people say that jokes about suicide aren't funny. Those people should kill themselves. Got a lot of problems in the world today. I think we need to go back to a simpler time. A time when you could burn women at the stake. When no one laughs at a joke, I think it's way funny. I'm not really a pet person. Pets are really expensive, you know? Like the amount of money I have to pay to my neighbor to ignore the death rattles of all the cats I kill. Alright. My alarm clock's going off. It's time for me to get to the sincere stuff. I'm just kidding. But I do want to give everybody who I've come to know over Bishop's Lounge words and things. Ethan, because you're right up front. I liked it better when you were dressing as an extra from Gangs of New York with your little hat. The best part about this is no one can retaliate to the things. Some of them would be kind of nice though. Like Aaron LaRoche. I think Aaron LaRoche's joke should be recorded and played for children to fall asleep to. His cadence is so like smooth and smooth. This has nothing to do with the man himself, but Jer said that he imagines me sailing a yacht and wearing a Speedo. And that's what it's gonna be like. If sailing a yacht is living in my parents' house, and wearing a Speedo is wearing sweatpants and regretting every major life decision.
Still sexy.
Dana Montori, I hear her. She's still here, right? She's over there. I like how she slips into like the understudy for the lady in Fargo sometimes. Oh, don't you know?
Wait. Jason.
Can't hear you. This is my time. Zach Livingston. It's been said that Zach Livingston is too good looking to be a comedian. We all know that's But no, a lot of us do this because we really aren't qualified for anything else. But Zach here's an engineer, as well as a good-looking man. So when he finally quits comedy, he'll have something to follow. Who else is here? Nobody. Except our lovely host, Nick Karen. Hey, Karen. No. Joking aside, though, I've been coming to Bishop's Lounge for like 9 months now. It's crazy. Yeah, well, comedy, baby. And all joking aside, I mean this all from the bottom of my heart. I really found myself in comedy and things like that, and getting to know all of you over this time has been great. And I wish you all dismal failure at every endeavor you ever do. And I hope I never see any of you again. That's all I'm gonna do. Thanks.
Can't get in this hug anymore. He's like the brood.
Jason Cook, ladies and gentlemen! Oh my God! I don't even know where to go after this. Ladies and gentlemen, no more Bishop's Lounges ever! That's it! Bishop's Lounge, as an establishment, is now closed indefinitely. Everyone has to get out before the wrecking ball comes through. We're done here. Turning this into a... I don't know.
Arby's.
Jokes. An Arby's. There we go. Perfect. Joke accomplished. Ladies and gentlemen, in all seriousness, I will miss Jason Cook so much. It's rare that in life I find another man who follows along a similar mental path as me. It's so refreshing. It's so like fraternal. I can't get over it, and I will forever miss Jason Cook because God knows I'm not driving out to the Cape. I'll go to like Cape Town, Africa before I go to Cape Cod. Like seriously. So, ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of our night. I was just kidding. Of course, we're gonna do this every Wednesday. Of course, now it won't be the same. The last thing I'd like to say for the night is check out this tattoo.
Is it real? Very
No, it's not real. It is a unicorn inside of a heart. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got one last joke for you, and I dedicate this joke to Jason Cook. Ladies and gentlemen, why did the ladies like Jesus?
Why?
Because he was hung like this. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a Merry Christmas.